I hear it often and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, yeah, no problem. Now, am I going to say, yeah, it really messed me up mentally and physically, but you're welcome. No, I don't. I say, yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
Welcome to the POG Talk Podcast with Steve and Bobby.
So now you're
Yep.
away for weeks, maybe months at a time. It seems like you definitely do sacrifice time and memories, even in the National Guard. Yeah, the military in general, you're gonna sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
yeah.
why people say thank you for your service, because you are sacrificing your time with your family and you are not where a normal person would be.
Yeah. See, you have much better response to it than I think most of us do. Because
Okay.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it for anybody but myself. I did it to prove that I could.
Well, yeah, you joined much later in life.
Yeah. But I still get that whole uncomfortable thank you for your service thing. And it's just like,
I hear it often and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, no problem. Now, am I going to say, yeah, it really messed me up mentally and physically, but you're welcome. No, I don't. I say, yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
oh no, I just nod in acknowledgement and can carry on. But I mean, it's
I
it's
got
not
to take all
something.
these meds every day for pain and mental health and all that, but you're welcome. No, I just,
I mean,
yep, you're welcome. Have a good day.
pretty sure somebody somewhere knows somebody that would do. Pretty sure we know somebody would do that too.
I mean, it's still weird to hear because it's like I haven't been in a while or for a while, and neither have you, but it's just like, yeah, randomly I'll hear it. And whenever you go to the VA,
Oh yeah.
you always hear it. Thank you for your service. And it's like, you probably say this 100 times a day. You don't need to. You really don't. Just be like,
probably
yep,
more than
drive on.
100.
Thank you for not quitting your VA job and actually coming to work. Thank you. Because there are so many times I've had to reschedule appointments because they're like, sorry, the doctor couldn't be here today, or whatever. We closed the lab early because we wanted to, or we didn't have enough personnel. And you're like, really? Your hours are this. How are you closing early? But it's probably because people are like, I don't really want to go to work today. It's just a VA, no big deal. They'll come back tomorrow.
Oh, I mean,
now we're getting in the VA topic, and we don't want to do that because that's a whole episode.
We have a guest coming for that too.
Yes, somebody with much experience with the VA.
He loves the VA. He loves the VA.
Actually, the VA did save his life. So, but might have also killed him in the end. So we'll see.
They fucked his kidneys up.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's for that episode. I want to get into that.
So, all right. Well, let's go. Well, we're going to move over to H, who was a super good friend of mine. We went on a couple of deployments, and after the last one, he couldn't hold a job down either. All he did was drink.
Right.
But he wouldn't go get help either. And then
that definitely was a mental health thing.
And then him and his wife got a divorce, and he doesn't get to see his kids now. That's on him. I am 100% on her side on this one.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. I mean, he had a drinking and a drug problem.
Yeah,
because he didn't deal with his mental health issues. And that's kind of what I'm worried about with like Ricardo, is if he doesn't. We know he's got an addictive personality, and he has dabbled in the Mary Jane a little bit. And when he did it hard.
Oh yeah, he did. But he was happy.
Hard.
But he was happy.
He was really happy. But like he did it so much, like we didn't hear from him. We had to do a wellness check because he was so high for so long.
He was so stoned.
He didn't even hear his phone. We were texting, we were calling, we were like, bro.
Yeah.
We're just making sure you're alive. And he's like,
are you alive, dude?
He's just like, man. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, my pain level was so high, I had to smoke some today. Like, bro, just today? Get out of here. I know it's because he was on work leave for surgery, but it's like, you don't need to be high as a kite.
So he had shoulder surgery.
Right.
the exact same thing I had, right?
Hmm.
You know what I wasn't? High as fuck. I answered my phone. I'd hit my vape pen, do my thing, but I still went up there and helped him build stuff.
Right. I remember that.
I was up there in my sling, just like, no, you gotta do this way.
You're doing this wrong.
Wrong. That's pretty much what was happening, actually. It was kind of funny.
Are you guys idiots? You're doing it wrong. I can't get in there and show you, otherwise I would. And I
I
would do
only
it
have
better.
one hand.
You know
What are you
You
doing?
know what?
I can't
Screw
help
this.
you.
Let me in there. I'm doing it one-handed and just showing you guys off.
He tried to tell me that I couldn't pound a nail in with my left hand. I was like, yeah, I can. Watch this. And I pounded it in. What the fuck kind of carpenter you think I am? But I can pound a nail.
You're aggravating me so much. I'm going to use my left hand for this.
You know? So, but I mean, okay, so why do we think so? Is it because are we that retarded that
I don't think so.
we get into these relations? It was a collective,
Okay.
not a me and you, because while we're retarded, we aren't that retarded.
I was going to say, I'm like, where are you going with it?
No. So I'm coming back to topic. Sorry.
Okay, so military.
Military wise, the collective military, are we all just that retarded that we can't figure out how to not fuck up relationships collectively? Not me, not you specifically, just in general.
Okay, I want to say yes, but it's because we were trained to adapt and overcome. The issue is if you don't.
Overcome, not come.
Right, right. The thing is that you're not
This
adapting
is
to the new situation, and you don't know because you need to get that updated training based on current events, and that
Okay.
would be going to counseling or maybe getting on
Okay.
some medication.
Okay.
And that's where Ricardo and H are lacking.
Okay. So seriously though, folks, the next little segment is about mental health and the things that me and Bobby both went through. We both think it's very important that you get the help.
The
that you
word gets
need.
out there that it's okay. It's okay to get help.
Yes. Get
And
the help that you need.
That's definitely something that we're firm believers in. And we know people
Yes.
that haven't gotten mental health and it ruined their lives
Yes.
or ruined their
Yes.
relationships,
All of the above.
ruined their jobs,
Both of us.
everything.
Both of us have gone down the very dark paths.
Right.
I don't care where
Path-
you get the mental health.
Path of no return,
Yeah.
but decided to make a U-turn and get help
Yeah.
through
So
the VA, vet center,
yes,
whoever you got to
Yes.
go to.
it doesn't matter where you go.
We recommend
go.
the vet center. It's a great
Yes.
resource. That's the best thing I can say. But you have to also work with the VA because the vet center, if you need medication, cannot prescribe you medication. They can
Yes.
suggest it to a provider at the VA. But either
Yes.
way, they have to work together.
So the vet center is technically part of the VA. It's just separate. So
It
they
is
work
separate.
together. They tend to be more open to different times and dates and stuff. So they will work with you. But I don't care if you go to the VA. I don't care if you go to the vet center. I just want y'all to get help. So
Absolutely.
that's what the next little clip is about, is just our travels and trials through dealing with that in the military. So anyways, hopefully
And if you want to hear more, comment below.
Yeah,
And
let us know.
we can touch on this subject again. But you
Reach
have to
out.
comment.
Reach out. Let us know. I think the main point of that was the Army needs to do a better thing of how to reintegrate all of us and give us better options and what to do.
I think the Army, the main thing that I got out of this whole podcast was the Army needs to start doing a better job of pushing the mental health aspect
Maybe
and
they have.
not holding it against soldiers. That was the biggest thing. I was always told,
Yes.
if you
Just suck
say
it up.
you have an issue,
No, you
your
don't.
career is done.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep.
And once
That's
I did come out saying I had issues and I was working through them and I was going to counseling, my career was done. That's legit, honest truth.
well, yeah.
And that
I don't
that
know
that
if
pretty
I
much
so
tanked it.
all right. Anybody that's currently in, tell us if that's changed. Let us
Yeah,
know.
please do. Comment.
Because
Let us
it
know if
it
it's
sh-
changed.
if it's changed, awesome. Awesome.
That's
Because
good. If it's changed, good.
yeah. And
But
don't
like, and
let
that could also be where like we were in a combat battalion and we rotated through. We were going to be deployed. That was the
oh yeah.
thing. Every
No,
so
that's
many
just how it
years
is.
we deployed, and now it's just it's on a rotation.
Yeah.
So if you aren't mentally all ready and good to go,
Yep.
I could see them transferring you to a different unit or something like that and being like, yeah, you can work through your stuff in this unit, but this is a unit that's never ever going to deploy. Maybe that's how they handle it now. Maybe not.
I don't
I don't know.
I don't know.
I took a spot in Upper Headquarters Brigade. So
Yeah.
how often do they deploy? And the last time they deployed, it wasn't going to be for a while again. So it's like, okay, we can put
Well,
him here and he'll be fine.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the second my stuff came up. It was 4 months.
Right.
And I
Right. Once you came out saying, hey, I'm trying to take care of stuff, I'm trying to fix me, it was done. And
well, we went to SRP.
right.
And the second I went, oh, sorry, it was just over 6 months because we
Well,
went to SRP in April.
that's when I got red flagged was at
Yeah.
SRP.
Yeah. We went to SRP in March. March. We went to SRP in March. Um, and by January, I was done.
Right. Less than a year.
Yeah.
You were
Less
done.
than a year.
Mine took longer, but that's also because it was being medically retired
Yeah. You were being medically retired. I was just being
versus
onboarded.
medically discharged. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
hey, we don't have to worry about XYZ. We
Yep.
can just process him out. So
Yep.
mine definitely took longer. But yeah, I think that is the biggest thing is the military maybe focusing more on mental health after deployments and just
Yeah.
saying, it's okay. It happens to everybody and we all process it differently. If you would like to talk to somebody and actually have people there, not being like, when you get back to home station, there's people there.
Well,
Talk
and
to them. You're like, no,
that's what
let's hit the ground running.
that's what they said to us was, oh, you guys will be able to talk to somebody when you get home. You'll be able to talk to somebody
Right.
when
And that's because we're National Guard versus active duty. They don't do a demob, they just come home.
they just come back. Yeah.
So it is a little different where it's just like, hey, if you want somebody to talk to. And I think also that's a leadership thing because I even heard there was special forces. They had a sergeant major, and he's like, this is normal. Everybody goes through this. And he told me the story of when his guys came back from deployment. When he and his guys came back from deployment, they brought up the whole mental health thing. If you'd like to talk to somebody about what you had to do over there, um, we have people available.
Okay.
And nobody would sign up because they knew it was the end of their career.
Well,
Guess who
yeah.
did sign up? Their sergeant major put his name down every day to talk. And he went there and they're like, what do you want to talk about? And he's like, oh, I'm good. Now, I don't know if he really did have stuff he wanted to work through or not, but he was just signing up so his guys knew it was okay. So he was trying to be a good leader.
Well, okay, so he was being a good leader.
Right. But
See,
did he have stuff he should have talked about? Maybe. Or he just already had a handle on it already. I don't
Yeah.
know. He might have already been taking meds or
Yeah.
working through stuff, doing yoga. I don't know. But he was trying to be a good leader. And that's the thing is they told all of our leaders, like me as leadership and everybody else, they're like, if you ever say you have a mental health issue, you're done. And
Yeah.
they told me that long before. So it's
well,
like,
that's what I heard from day one.
right. So after
And
my
then,
first deployment, I didn't say anything because
well,
I
and
was
then
already in a 5 spot.
they finally said something at the end of our deployment, which was make sure you talk to the docs and you will get everything.
Yeah.
That was what not my leadership, like truck shit. He told me to
Right.
do it. You told me to do it.
Right. Well,
Not
and
Ricardo, because Ricardo.
Ricardo still doesn't do it. But no, it was like everything was just compounding so much. I just couldn't handle it anymore. So
Yeah.
I just happened to put when I was filling out that medical survey, before SRP, 45 days before or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, would you like to talk to somebody about this? And I'm like,
Yep.
I'll put yes. And if things are better in a month when we go to SRP, I won't talk about it. But if they're not, at least then they're asking a question. And
Yep.
sometimes that's all you need is somebody just to ask, are you okay? But
I don't think our
you have to be willing, because
I don't think
Ricardo
our
said,
leadership.
yes, he has a problem. And then he is like, well, I don't want to
Oh,
talk
I'm
about it
fine.
though.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm
I'm
fine.
good. But yeah, leadership did not push that. And then when you do finally, like, say you do have a problem, and that's when all of the leaders that do have a problem that have worked through it will come
Yeah.
up to you and be like, it's okay. I've
Well,
been through it.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, but how did you make it through and through to that point? And some of them were active duty and they had to leave active duty and then they came to the guard side.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't know if because they worked through it, they're like, you ain't going to be able to stay. But you could go National Guard
see,
and stay in the military.
but so we had 3 good AGRs. Our readiness, shit. The other 2 that were always there
Were they in
up in the S1
brigade?
in the office.
Or,
Huh?
yeah,
Yeah. So up in
battalion.
the
They're
office. Up
battalion.
in battalion. Yeah, for battalion.
Right. Not unit level.
Well, I mean, they were HHB, but yes.
Correct. They weren't like headquarters. They worked out of headquarters because they were battalion.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They were
Those
the
guys.
headquarters battery.
Right.
Which didn't make it. It was dumb.
Makes
But whatever.
still makes no sense, but yeah, okay.
It's
It
fine.
makes sense
It's
somewhat.
fine.
Who cares?
It's fine. But those 3 are the reason that besides you and Truck Shit and Schneidi, which was funny because he was totally against it too, but he made sure everybody else did it for the longest time.
Until he
You know.
had his breaking point. And that's usually what
Yeah.
happens. You hit a breaking
Yeah.
point, you're like, it's
Yeah.
this or die.
Yeah. And that was it. So, but like those 3, so 2 of them came up in our unit, in our battalion, and they gave a shit. And the other one came from outside of the battalion, but he gave a shit. And he made sure that he was trying his best to take care of troops.
Right.
So he got yelled at for me. What do you mean you're on a dead man's profile? You haven't been to drill for 3 months. And I'm like, I got told. I got handed it. We don't hand those out because we can't talk to people. I'm like, okay. With a dead man's profile, they're not supposed to have any contact with you at all.
Right. Well,
I'm like,
and
okay,
it's hard
awesome.
to
So
track
you want me to
if
come
they're
in?
actually doing, like, getting help. And I think that's where it becomes conflicting.
Well, that was part of it. But the fun part is like when you go through the med board process, they pull your medical records and they pull all the appointments you've gone to and everything multiple times. So, like when I was going
And
through
if you don't
all
go
of that,
through, it messes it all up.
yeah. Well, but I was going to see my doctor once a week.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's there saying, yeah, he's going to this counseling
he's
session.
doing what he's
been
supposed to be
going,
doing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking care of the problem. You do not
Oh.
need to track this, minus the fact that yes, you got he is working on it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
So what they wanted me to do was not be on a dead man profile, go in and work in the S1 shop
Oh, I know.
and do paperwork. And I went, so wait, so you're going to take me from a job that I actually like doing, which is the armorer, and then put me up where all those catty bitches are? And 90% of the S1 shop was dudes, and they were still catty bitches. So doing something that I absolutely want nothing to do with because you think that will help making me come into a place that I absolutely want nothing to fucking do with and do something that I absolutely want nothing to do with is going to absolutely help my mental state. You think
Right.
that's the way to go with this?
Well, and the
I brought
S1
that up.
shop is just a gossip center. That's
That's
all
all
it
it
is.
is.
Like,
All
if
it
you don't
is.
want people to know your business, don't let the S1 shop know.
Yeah. Well, and nope. Sergeant, readiness NCO, he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll just call you and make sure you're doing okay.
I had a lieutenant in the S1 shop. question my stuff. He did not have the background information, and he was like saying, well, I think that's bullcrap that you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sir, you need to get in your lane because you don't know what you're
You're not a
talking
doctor.
about.
Yeah.
Now, the person to your right, they know, and it's need to know only. You get in your lane. And then I didn't hear from that lieutenant again.
So I never heard from any of the S1 shop people. Never.
I only dealt with when it was my issue, I only dealt with the staff sergeant that was there because she at this point was privy to this information because she was also helping me with something else. So
Okay, see, that makes sense.
that's why I said the person to your right is in the know. You are not, sir. So you can get out.
Yep. So I didn't have to deal with the S1 shop at all because an SNCO was dealing with. So he was my buffer. They didn't need to know other than, hey, do this fucking paperwork and shut the fuck up. And that's exactly what happened. And then the same thing with Augie. Augie knew what was going on, but that's
Yep.
because I filled him in so he wasn't shocked.
Right.
And he's like, well, what the fuck's going on?
Because you had a good working relationship with him. So you obviously let him know. And it's just sometimes that just makes those last however long it's because you don't know how long it's going to take to do the processing and whatnot.
4 months.
So you're like this way. I don't have to have you getting on me. I'm getting set off. I say something I shouldn't or do something I shouldn't. It's just nice to do that.
Yeah.
But not that you had to.
No, I did.
Because it is your business.
Yeah, I absolutely didn't have to. And did the swap over on all the armorer stuff and only stepped in when the new armorer had issues. Anyways, okay, folks, let us know if things have changed.
Yeah,
comment. I'm curious.
Let us know.
Curious.
Has the military changed how they deal with mental health? I
go to the VA all the time. I know the VA
to go to mental health, or will they still hold it against you? Because that is something that needs to be fixed. Otherwise, you are going to have people like Ricardo running around the world, and that's not good. We want to get this out so more people can hear it, and hopefully, when we actually do talk about serious conversation like mental health in the military, that we can get and reach people that actually need it, and they listen and actually go get the help they need versus it leading to alcohol abuse, drug abuse, failed marriages. Now kids don't have a dad, or worse, suicide. So please subscribe and tell your friends, and so we can try to get out there and help, and not just be all just farts and poop jokes.
I mean, there's still going to be those.
That'll happen.
All right, bye.